All right, this week's guest of Under the Shell has seemingly become the walk-off homer king in College Park. He blasted a solo shot on Saturday to run rule Indiana in 7 innings, and then a walk-off grand slam to defeat Indiana 8-6 on Sunday to give the Terps their first conference series win of the season. We have on Devin Russell. Devin, thank you for coming on.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, so first off, congrats on the Big Ten Player of the Week honors, the first for Maryland in over a year. But take me through that moment Sunday. You're stepping up, bases loaded, down two. What was going through your mind then?
Yeah, I mean, it was a weird feeling. Like once Stock and Dave got on, I knew that I was going to get up, and I kind of was just in the batters or the on deck, timing up his fastball, and that was the pitch I was looking for. And I missed the first one he threw me, and then I knew I knew if he threw me another one, I was going to get a barrel on it, and luckily I got the pitch to hit.
When was the last time you had a walk-off homer before those two?
I think I had a walk-off home run grand slam in high school, but it was a mercy rule, so it wasn't as cool.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this team's been through a little bit of a tough stretch here so far this season. So, I mean, just how much pressure did that moment carry? And, do you feel like that swing could change the energy of this season going forward?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about the swing, but I think the momentum of the game and kind of like the energy we've brought the past few weeks or more since Tuesday and the two midweeks, I think that was a great start to the week. And then obviously Friday didn't go the way we wanted it to, but Saturday and Sunday were really big. And I hope that energy kind of springs us forward and we start winning a couple games.
I wanted to ask you, you talked about the walk-off homer and the mercy compared to the, I would say more legitimate game winner. I feel like as a player, how weird was it to kind of end a game prior to the ninth inning and then follow it up the next day, like doing the exact same thing, but in a very different situation? Like, what was the contrast between the two moments?
Yeah, I mean, I'll say Saturday was a great feeling. It was awesome, but at the same time, we were up 9 already, and we're cruising a little bit. I mean, I think the biggest part about Saturday is that I got to save. Not I got to save, but we got to save Logan's arm a little bit. He didn't have to throw as many pitches. I think he was going to go back out in the eighth, and then we didn't have to bring any pen guys in, so we had them for Sunday. And then Sunday was here's Eddie, by the way.
What's up, boys? How we doing?
But no, Sunday was awesome. I mean, like honestly, when I hit the ball, it almost was like a movie. It was like slow motion off the bat. So it was pretty cool. It was a really cool feeling. And then I got to meet all the guys at home plate, and I started getting water poured on me. My chain got pulled off of me. My jersey got pulled off me. I think someone tried to take my pants off. I don't know.
That's funny. I wanted to ask you about this offense because while you guys have had a lot of positive games, right? You look at some of these high total run nights, really stringing together hits. I think the double power has been very real. There's also been some nights where it hasn't showed up, and just kind of that inconsistency that you've gone through as an offense specifically. What's been the most frustrating part of it, and have you guys identified anything as the main reason for that?
I don't think so. I know everyone in our lineup has a good bat, and I think obviously there's some nights that it's just not clicking, and hitting's contagious. So when there is that night where everyone's going, it's kind of cool to see. But I think maybe starting to use the small ball a little bit more bunts. I think we've seen that in the last week or two, and I think that's been working for us when the bats aren't really going as well.
Before we get back to the show, a quick word from our sponsor. The Catalyst to the Game is brought to you by Catalyst Hot Dogs. Catalyst brought the Jersey Dog to the DMV, featuring premium dry-aged Black Angus all-beef hot dogs made in Maryland, served with handmade toppings including hot onions, relish, and their signature chili sauce. And don't forget their original garlic knot dogs. Catalyst always offers vegan dogs as well as gluten-free buns because Catalyst has food for everyone. Find them in Seiki Stadium in Section 14 and the Xfinity Center in Section 210. Tell the people a hot dog is a sandwich. All right, now here's more Under the Shell. Devin, what has this season been like for you? bouncing back after that Tommy John surgery you had that held you out all of last season. What has this been like for you to kind of get back on the field and be able to play again?
It's been awesome. I remember it was the first game I played in this spring. We were playing who was it? UNC Wilmington, and I think I went like 0 for 3, and I caught well, but I went 0 for 3, and like I was kind of bummed out, but my parents were freaking out. They were so happy that they saw me back on the field. So, I mean, it kind of puts everything into perspective. Like sitting out and watching baseball for a year, kind of not being able to play with some of my best friends, maybe ever again. Like this guy to my left, Ed, or Kyle, or a few other guys, Elijah. But yeah, it just put it into perspective that like, I mean, you never know what's going to happen, so you got to kind of enjoy it while you have it. And being back on the field is great. Yeah, it's awesome.
Are you still thinking about your elbow while you're playing? Like, how did it take you to kind of trust your arm again, throwing out of your crouch? What was that sort of transition like out of surgery and getting back to play?
Yeah, so I think honestly, the majority of it was I stayed here in College Park for the summer and kind of focused on rehab the entire summer. I was here with TC and a few guys playing big train and a couple guys that also had injuries. And honestly, that was like the biggest thing for me is I had a schedule that I kind of could stick to and just go into the field every day and get better that way. But yeah, besides that, once I was actually back throwing, it obviously like the first few weeks it hurt a little bit, but yeah, I mean the way that TC had me kind of progressing and the doctor that I got my surgery with, it wasn't really anything that I was thinking about. And then especially I think it was like 8 or 9 months after my actual surgery that I got back on the field and played in the inter squad. By that time it felt good. So yeah.
I wanted to ask you, Devin, because you're the longest tenured Terp. What decided to keep you in Maryland? And as college athletics has changed, teammates have left, that type of thing. What has been the driving force behind you sticking around in College Park?
Meaning like why have I not transferred or something like that?
Not even that, but just like, yeah, I guess why haven't you transferred? What do you think as college athletics has changed? Why were you not someone who's left?
Yeah. No, I mean I think it's a mix of things. Like obviously I love it here. I mean, that's why I'm still here. This place is awesome. Um I think this is one of the best schools in the country. I have a great time here. I've met my best friends here. The coaching staff here is awesome. They're great to be around. I think part of it, because it's not always people transferring, sometimes it's people getting cut. So I think part of it is the coaches trusting me and kind of knowing my ability and letting me kind of stay here and show it. And then the other part is I don't really want to be anywhere else. Like this is kind of the place that I want to be.
Devin, I want to ask you about Matt Swope because you've been through now a few seasons with him. As the seasons, I don't think have gone the way that anybody anticipated when he was hired. I think the records have not been up to Maryland's standard or par. You hear him talk, that type of thing. What do you, as a player of his, like, why do you still have, I guess, I know you have confidence in your coach, obviously, but like, what would the message be to people who are starting to lose that faith potentially?
Yeah, I think that I mean, he's an unbelievable hitting coach. He's the best hitting coach in the country. I don't think that's a question. And I think it was a transition for him to become a head coach. And I think him kind of going out of his way and being the guy to kind of say like how you doing to different guys that maybe he wouldn't see or talk to when he was a hitting coach, like the pitchers and stuff like that is pretty huge. And then yeah, just kind of having our backs and stuff like that. Like you'll see him on third getting after the umpire a little bit. So I mean, you got to have someone that you trust is going to have your back, and I think everyone kind of trusts that.
What do you think that he's doing in terms of, as this season has gone on, as you've seen him change, where do you think that he's putting his focus to improving the record that's been happening now for a couple seasons? Like, is he talked about that with you guys? Like, I'm changing this up from last season. I know there was some stuff that happened with the leadership council, like that type of thing, or just that you've noticed from his coaching.
Yeah, I mean, this year was a little different with the leadership council. I think it was 9 of us. There was a couple transfers in there, which was pretty cool. I think it was Dave. It was Dave, Tone, and then a few returners. And we spoke to Mike Irwin pretty consistently, and he's like an ex Marine. He's got all the accolades, all that stuff. He played baseball in college, so that was a really good start in the fall. I think that was great. That helped us kind of figure out like kind of the leadership aspect of college baseball, which I think kind of gets brushed back a little bit because you're kind of, I mean, baseball's a team sport, but you're kind of thinking about your own performance some of the time. So I think being able to like kind of learn how to step back and kind of put your efforts toward the team, that helped a lot. What else? I think, like I said, him like kind of going out of his way to show an effort for the pitchers and stuff like that, that means the world to them and to everyone else, because you can kind of see it where they just want to, we all want to win for them, so yeah.
Well, there's 5 conference series remaining this season. It's a tight race to get back into the tournament. I think it's pretty wide open now too, but a lot of teams stacked right there. What is it for you guys that you guys got to do to sneak into the Big Ten tournament and get a postseason experience this season?
I think I think we just have to keep the momentum that we have right now. I think we're in a good spot. Obviously, we probably wouldn't want to be low in the Big Ten right now, but we played a few really good teams. Like we played UCLA, we played USC back to back, and they're really good programs. They're having a good year, so that was a tough stretch. And now we're back rolling a little bit. This win against Indiana was massive. I think I think that this is going to be our turning point, and then we're going to start kind of winning as a team and all that stuff, which is, I think, everyone's hope, and I think that's what everyone kind of believes right now.
Well, awesome. We're certainly looking forward to seeing how the rest of the season goes. Devin, thank you for coming on tonight.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having me, guys.
Thank you.
Yep.